Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this one we're going to be reviewing the Ottocast U2-Plus. So this is an Android style MMB system for your infotainment in your car. So what that means is you plug in this little box inside here into your car and you'll get full Android running on your infotainment system. Now this retails for just over £200, so it's an absolute steal. Furthermore, we've got a 20% discount code to bring that down for you as well. So use the code CRD20 for 20% off not only this U2-Plus adapter, but anything from the Ottocast website. So this guy is pretty much at £160 once you've taken off the discount. Is probably the cheapest way you can get Android running within your car. So within the box you have the instruction manual, then you have some cables. So you've got a USB-C to USB-C for the more modern cars, and then you've got a traditional USB port here to a USB-C. So this is the one I'm going to be using in this particular car here. And then finally you've got the U2-Plus. So this itself is a pretty small device, so you can see it up against my hands. So as long as you can tuck this away in the center console somewhere else, you should be good to go. You can see there you've got the power port, so that's the USB socket. You've then got a SIM card slot. So that's because it does have 4G connectivity built in. So if you put a wireless SIM card, it will give it internet connectivity. And then you've got a micro SD slot. So you can expand the internal storage, which I believe is already 64 gigabytes. You can expand that out to 128 gig. So they're your main slots, and this is the main unit itself. So guys, let's get started and I'll show you exactly why this is worth it for the price. Right guys, so as you can see, I've just plugged it in. The power lights have come up over there. And if we go to the infotainment screen over here in a second, we should see the device pop up. And there you go. Launch device with Apple Carplay. So just worth mentioning there. So the way this works is it actually tricks your car into thinking Apple CarPlay is running. So I'm just going to click remember and click Apple CarPlay. And what you'll see now is it'll actually go through its boot up sequence. So it'll load, and there you could see it quickly popped up. So this is the first time I'm plugging it into this car. So it's doing a screen calibration. So basically what that means is it's now going to reboot with the right resolution. So I previously had it running on the Supra that had a different screen resolution. So that's why the message came up that it was going to recalibrate. So let's wait for it to kick back in. And there you go. There's the box loading, Android. You can now see it's nice and full screen. So it's picked up the correct resolution. Right guys, so that's pretty much the OS up and running. So you can see how responsive everything is. I always like to just demonstrate that very, very quickly. Like I mentioned, I have actually installed this on my other car over there. So you'll see certain apps like Lap Timer already installed. There will also be other things like the Play Store, etc., where I'm already logged in. So I'll explain that as we're going through it. What we're going to focus on for the rest of this video is I'll give you an overview of some of the basic apps. We'll look at YouTube, show you how to search and play a video. We'll also then try to download an app, maybe a quick game just to show you how that works. And then finally, we'll touch on the wireless Android Auto and CarPlay functionality. So this box is really an all-in-one. So not only are you running full Android OS on your operating system with built-in GPS as well, guys, but you can also now have the functionality to connect your phone for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay completely wirelessly through the system. So it literally does everything all in one, and for a very, very cheap price. So this is the cheapest MMB that I found once you use the discount code around £160. It does feel like it's the same OS that the other units are running. So grab yourself a bargain and go for this one, in my opinion. So enough of me rambling, let me show you how it actually works. So coming out to the main screen, you can see you've got your different icons here. So your messaging, settings. So in fact, if we go into the settings, I'll just show you how this works. So those of you familiar with Android will recognize it straight away. But essentially it's just your sound settings, storage. So I mentioned it had about 64 gigabytes internal. So you can see that's roughly how much is left available. You can see that's where you go for your accounts, etc. So these are just very generic Android settings, but the one that you're probably most interested in, if you're like me and you've not got a data SIM specifically for this, you'll probably want to tether to the units. So how you do that is set up the wireless hotspot on your phone. So I'll just click into that there. Go into the Wi-Fi settings here. So it should, on this one, auto connect, just because I've already connected to this before. So let's wait for the Motorola to pop up. And there you go. Obviously, if this was your first time, just like you would with any other Wi-Fi network, you just have to put in your password key. So there you go, we're connected. At any point on the screen, just like I've done there, you can see I can touch and this almost floating buttons come up. So these are anywhere, wherever, regardless of the app you're in. If you needed to jump back out, you can press the home button and you come back out to the screen. Now, over here, you can see the Wi-Fi icons illuminated. So we're actually connected to the internet. So everything should start working. First things first, let's show you how YouTube works. Go into YouTube. These floating icons do disappear after roughly about 10 seconds or so. Right, there's a new video from TJ Hunt, so let's just click into that.
Welcome back to episode 9
right,
of the
so there you go. You've got your...
We're really going to finalize this front end.
I'm just going to turn that down, but you can see basically you've got full YouTube running there. If I tap on it, it's exactly as you would expect on your phone apps. You've got the slider bar, which I can drag along to wherever I want, and you can see basically it'll just carry on playing from wherever it needs to. You can press the full screen icon like I've just done there, and it will stretch it out to the exact aspect ratio of your infotainment system. Really cool if you're parked up waiting for somebody whilst you're sat in a car park. You can basically have YouTube and watch it, and everything comes through the car speakers.
Now we really have to figure out how we're going to get the front bumper to sit up, because...
So we'll just pause that there, and again, like I mentioned, you can jump back out to the home screen like so. This icon here basically allows you to move this soft floating dock around in a place that's more convenient for you, so I'll just leave it in the top left. But that gives you a quick idea of how YouTube works. We'll now go into the maps. Before I click into the maps, I might move it around if it pinpoints my location, so I might just throw that off a little bit just because we are on video. So click into maps. So you can see the maps have loaded up there, just like it would be on your phone. So again, if you open up Google Maps, this looks exactly the same. So the idea here is, guys, because it's running Android, all the apps are going to look just like they do on your phone. So you can basically search, navigate, etc. Go where you want to. It's got GPS there, so it can pick up exactly where you are, give you the directions. But for me, I still prefer to go with the Google Maps that run on Android Auto, just because I like the presentation format and find it a bit more easier to navigate whilst you're driving like so. So let's just jump back out to the home screen. I'll show you the Play Store now. So if you jump into the Play Store, these are basically all the different apps, etc. that you can download. Just like you would on your phone, you can basically search for anything. So I might try and find something simple to download, just so I can demonstrate the usability of this. Temple Run's always a good game to show how responsive these things are. So we'll download Temple Run. There it is there. Press install. And within a couple of seconds, this will be installed. Again, it's running the internet connection of my phone at the moment. So that's now finished downloading. We'll press play. And in a second, you can see it's loaded the game up there. So quickly go past that. Confirm. Just agree to the T's and C's. Probably sign my life away there. And there's that, just want to play. So let's have a quick go at this. So you can see how quick and responsive this is. Oh, I'm dead. Just as I said that, probably not the best demonstration, but you get the idea. So your kids, whatever, they can download games on here and actually play. A great way to keep them entertained. It's keeping me entertained. And oh, sorry if I go a bit quiet, guys. I'm actually really concentrating right now. So swipe up to jump over there. But you get the idea. Basically, I've downloaded a game. You can see it's very easy to do, very quick to do, and basically I'm just going to let him die now. Download an app, have a play, and then again, if you want to jump out, just tap anywhere on the screen and press the floating home button. You can then, of course, look at your entire apps. So this is just like home screen settings, but you can basically click into there, and that's your whole applications installed on the device. But what we'll show you next is the multitasking feature. So this is where you can effectively run things side by side. So let's just say you were driving and you needed Google Maps up and running. You could have that on one side, whilst you could have YouTube running for your passenger or some other combination. So we'll show you just now how to get that working. So guys, the way to do this is I've loaded up YouTube, so you can see I'm running that now. I'll just turn the volume down on that for a second. What you would do is you would get the floating button up, keep hold of the home icon, which effectively opens up your multitasker. So this is how you switch between the different apps that you've got open. And nice and simple, when you're ready, grab the app that you want, and you can see there it says drag here if you want to use split screen. So let's do that. So we've got YouTube on the left, and let's just say we wanted maps on the right. Click into that, job done. So as simple as that, that's how you get the split screen up and working. You can see here I can carry on. I can play the YouTube video. If I just put my audio back up, you can see that everything's working. So that's my car modes over there, and then a bit of YouTube over here for the driver as well. So really cool stuff. What I'm going to do now though is just jump back out. So we'll click anywhere on the screen and press the home icon. So we've jumped back out. I'll close that off just by swiping to the left. So that gives you an overview of how the unit basically works. We've downloaded an app, we've showed you how video streaming works, how you can do it on split screen. We've mentioned the fact that the GPS capability works. So I'll just click into this app here just to give you a quick idea. This is a lap timer app that I use when I'm doing my track days, but essentially what we were able to do was basically just go here and have our current lap times, etc. logged. So basically it can do anything you want it to do and run Android on the unit itself. It does it very stable. You've got Netflix, which I'm not going to jump into, but you get the idea. Any streaming apps, etc. that support content streaming, that would work on here as well. You just simply download it and it'll work through your infotainment system. One of the really cool things that I find about this, and the fact that it's a multiple in one device, is the fact it can do Android and Android Auto and Apple Carplay. So let me just quickly show you how you do that now before we wrap up the video. So the app you want to go into is called SpeedPlay. So as you go into that, and you can see there it says please connect the Bluetooth to Picasso, and you've got the two options there, Android Auto or CarPlay. So I've got my phone open here. You can see I've already got Picasso as an available device, so I'll just connect into it. We'll click pair and see what happens. You can see in the background it's saying connecting. So in a few seconds Android Auto should kick in. So as you can see, you've now got Android Auto up and running. For clarity, here's my phone, completely not connected. This is all done wirelessly through the SpeedPlay app. And you can basically go to your Spotify, you can go to your other apps, etc. as well as you want to do, but you get the idea. It's basically Android Auto running on your device. So you can do the same thing for Apple CarPlay as well. Unfortunately, I've not got my iPhone with me today, so I won't be able to show you how to do that, but I've tested this on previous MMBs and it works exactly the same way, so I've got no doubt that it'll work there. But that basically, guys, gives you a quick overview of the U2-Play from Ottocast. A very capable device, full Android running on your infotainment screen, just like it came from factory. And at the price that it actually is, £200 plus the 20% discount code, around £160. I honestly think this is an absolute steal for what you're getting. So you're getting your Android, you're getting wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as well. If you consider just a normal wireless adapter for Android Auto or CarPlay, you're usually looking around the £80 to £100 mark. So with this, you're getting full-blown ability to install whichever application you want. And if you want to just jump back out to your home screen, you can just do exactly that. Nice and simple. Again, I'll just jump back into it. Really nice to use, really clean interface. Very good review, a good product and a good price point. That's what we absolutely love to see. So guys, we'll leave it there for now. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.